Basic Math, Chapter 14, Section 3, Capacity, Liquid Measure. Capacity is the amount of space inside a container. Often it is a measure for liquids. The customary units of liquid measure, from smallest to largest, are fluid ounces, pints, quarts, gallons. To get 1 pint, you'd have 16 fluid ounces. For 1 quart, 32 fluid ounces, or 2 pints. To make 1 gallon, it takes 4 quarts. Fluid ounces, pints, quarts, gallons. To change a larger unit to a smaller unit, we multiply. So we could take a look at our example with our capacity of liquid measurement changing from 1.5 gallons to quarts. You need to choose the fact you need. 1 gallon equals 4 quarts, because we're changing gallons to quarts. Now, do we need to multiply or divide? We're moving from the larger gallons to the smaller quarts. Larger to smaller means multiply. So then multiply. 1.5 times 4. Turn the mixed number to an improper fraction, put the whole number over 1, and write the answer in lowest terms, which is 6. In this case, it's 6 quarts in 1.5 gallons. To change a smaller unit to a larger unit, divide. Change 6 pints to quarts. Step 1, choose the fact you need. 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. We're working with pints to quarts, so that's the amounts we need to compare to each other. Decide whether to multiply or divide. Pints to quarts is moving from the smaller amount to a larger amount, so we divide. A smaller unit of measurement to a larger unit of measurement, so we're dividing. Now do the division. 6 divided by 2 is 3. There's 3 quarts and 6 pints. So for practice A, multiply to change each measurement. And if you don't remember what the units of measurement are, that's okay. You can look at your chart. For here, remember we've got 16 fluid ounces to a pint, or 32 ounces to a quart, 2 pints to a quart, and 4 quarts to a gallon. So how many quarts to pints? 2 to 1, right? 2 pints to make 1 quart. So it takes 2 pints to make 1 quart. So quarts are larger than pints. So when we're moving from the larger amount to the smaller amount, we're going to have more pints than quarts. So we're going to be multiplying, in this case times 2. 4 times 2 equals the 8 pints. For number 2, quarts to ounces. So how many ounces in a quart? Quarts are larger than the fluid ounces. It takes 16 fluid ounces to make a pint and 32 to make a quart, because it takes 2 pints to make a quart. So we need the 32. So 2 times 32 equals 64 fluid ounces. Number 7 has division to change each measurement because we're moving from the smaller amount to the larger amount, so we divide. And then we need to know our fact. In this case, it takes 4 quarts to make 1 gallon. So 12 divided by 4 is 3 gallons. Pints to quarts. So it takes 2 pints to equal 1 quart. The pints are smaller than the quarts, so we divide. 10 divided by the 2 equals 5 quarts. Practice B, change each measurement. First decide whether to multiply or to divide. And then don't forget, if you're moving from smaller to larger units of measurement, divide. Smaller to larger, divide. Smaller to larger, so we divide. Larger to smaller, multiply. Smaller to larger, divide. Larger to smaller, multiply. And then you have to know your facts. Pints and quarts takes 2 pints to equal 1 quart. It takes 16 fluid ounces to make 1 pint. And quarts to gallons, it takes 4 quarts to equal 1 gallon. And then quarts to pints, it takes 2 pints to make 1 quart. And then we could do the math. So 4 pints to quarts. So we're going to have 4 divided by 2 equals 2 quarts. And then we're going to do 7 times the 16. Is that 112, I think? Fluid ounces. And then the 16 quarts is going to be divided by the 4, and that's going to give us 4 gallons. And 9 quarts to pints. So we've got our 9 pints times, or our 9 quarts times 2 to show how many pints are in 9 quarts. Well, there's 18 pints in a quart. So that's how we could work through changing our units of measurement for capacity or fluids. And we can see what type of measurement would we use for these different containers. Bathtub water. Lots of water in a bathtub, so we use our gallons. What about juice? Not much in a juice glass, so we'd use our smallest unit of measurement, like fluid ounces. And then we got our carton of ice cream. What do we have? I'm trying to remember. Pints and quarts are really similar. Forget what they write on the box right now. I think we get pints of ice cream, I feel like. And milk is sometimes sold by the half gallon. So that's that's usually what it is, right? You usually get a half gallon of milk. The large carton, a large carton of milk of probably 1 gallon. The big ones are 1 gallon. So those quarts and pints are pretty similar since it takes 2 pints to make 1 quart. So those sometimes can be used interchangeably. All right, so there's more practice for Chapter 14, Section 3. Of course, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.